Hello and welcome to IndianExpress.com. External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj gave a sharp response to Pakistan Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif's accusations at the United Nations General Assembly. I'm joined by my colleague Shubhajit to analyze her speech further. Shubhajit, what is the big message that we can get out of Sushma Swaraj's address at the UNGA today?
So, Sushma Swaraj made this speech about 5-6 days after Nawaz Sharif, Pakistan Prime Minister, he made this speech at the UNGA. She spoke for about 18-19 minutes, and some of the major takeaways was that India has mounted a diplomatic offensive to isolate Pakistan, the international community. That was her main message, that those who do not want to join the fight against terrorism, those who nurture terrorism, those who peddle terrorism, they should be isolated. So that was her first big message. The second thing she said was that India has been pushing for this international convention on terrorism, which is called CCIT, for like decades now, and it has not yielded any tangible results. So she also urged the United Nations General Assembly, which comprises of more than 190 countries, to take up this convention in this particular session. That, she said, will be a big achievement if that happens. So these are, I think, the two on terrorism. She really laid out India's response to Pakistan Prime Minister's speech, and she also, even unlike Nawaz Sharif's speech, she evenly divided the speech, talking first about 10 minutes she talked about her government's, the Narendra Modi government's policies and initiatives over the last 2 years, and then she talked about terrorism and how India had offered its hand of friendship, but what it got in return were terror attacks at Uri, Pathankot, and captured terrorists like Bahadur Ali. So I think these are the broad big takeaways from her speech.
Right, but how do you analyze Sushma Swaraj's response as far as Nawaz Sharif's speech a couple of days back in UNGA is concerned?
Right. So if you would remember, Nawaz Sharif had devoted almost 80% of his speech on Kashmir and the human rights violations that he claims that the Indian armed forces commit in Kashmir. Now, the Indian government fielded Sushma Swaraj to articulate its point, where she said that terrorism is the biggest human rights violation, putting the onus on Pakistan for what is happening in Kashmir, number one. Number two, she also said that people who live in glass houses should not throw stones at others. So I think with these two broad points, she made a very befitting reply, at least tried to make a befitting reply to Pakistan Prime Minister's speech that was delivered a few days ago.
Right, so what do you think will be the likely response of Pakistan now that Sushma Swaraj has given a pretty befitting reply to all his accusations?
Yeah. So, as you would recall, after Nawaz Sharif spoke, an Indian diplomat, first secretary at the United Nations, Inam Gambhir, she had responded on behalf of the Indian government. This time also we expect in the next few hours, after the foreign ministers have spoken in the next 4-5 hours, a Pakistani representative, Pakistan diplomat is likely to make a response. And after that, India will also make a response. So, but as I can see that the Pakistan Foreign Ministry has already put out a couple of tweets, and they've just come and they say that strange that Indian External Affairs Minister is disowning the UN Security Council resolutions, and that too at the UN. And in another tweet, the Foreign Ministry spokesperson, Pakistan Foreign Ministry spokesperson, is saying, can Indian External Affairs Minister explain that if Kashmir is an integral part of India, why is it on the agenda of Security Council? So already they've started the battle on social media, and I think a formal diplomatic, a nuanced, carefully articulated response will come in the next few hours, maybe later tonight or early morning tomorrow.
Right. Thank you so much, Shubhajit, for getting us what and how Sushma Swaraj's speech was received at the UNGA. For more news and updates, log on to IndianExpress.com.